Advertising has traditionally been the way people find out about products and goods they may wish to buy. As disposable income grows, so does the demand for products that aren't needed to sustain the household. So inventing, researching, and developing new products becomes lucrative. As more products enter the market, the advertisements become competitive as the consumers are being competed for. As this happens, the ads become more sensationalized and persuasive, using a myriad of techniques including logical fallacies in order to promote the product being sold. My video, Fallacious Media, talks more about this, so I'll leave the link for that in the description. Even if people don't fall prey to the tactics used by the ads, there are still a lot of great products out there that create demand on the basis of being great products. So as demand rises, supply inevitably rises as well. There are products out there that are limited edition and collectible, but on the whole, if a product is selling well, then the supply is increased to meet the demand, as the producers and suppliers know that they can make more profits by doing so. Once a consumer base has been established and supply is increased, driving costs down, the producers and suppliers start to think about maximizing profits. This can make products better through competition, but it can also give birth to disposable goods. The consumer is happy since they have the convenience of being able to throw the product away after using it, and the producers and suppliers are happy since the goods are made to be replaced often. This gives rise to what some people call the BIC principle. Make something that's made to be thrown away and replaced often. The producers of the non-disposable products take notice of this. They see that people will pay for things they know they're going to throw away. To compete and maximize their own profits, they start abandoning their old competitive tactic of making better products in favor of the new tactic of planned failure. Technology teaches us about planned obsolescence and how some products are made even though everyone knows they're going to be replaced in a short period of time. Planned failure is a hybrid of planned obsolescence and the BIC principle, applied to products that we don't expect to be disposable. So let's discuss how this works. Let's say I'm making a vehicle. The main working part of a vehicle is the engine, so I design an engine and test its specifications. I find out that the engine runs for 8 years or 200,000 miles. When the engine stops, I inspect the engine to find that the head gasket is blown, but the pistons are pristine. I could try to improve the gasket, but that would drive up my costs and make the engine run longer, meaning that I would be paying more to sell fewer vehicles. So instead, to maximize my profits, I leave the gasket how it is and save money by reducing the quality of the pistons. There's really no need to make the pistons last so long when the rest of the engine won't last that long anyway. This is fine until I start being pressured to create more profit. That's when I start reducing the quality of all the parts. I'll spend less while the engine will only last for 7 or 175,000 miles, so more vehicles will be sold. This creates a downward spiral of constantly reducing the quality of the product as to minimize the cost to the producers and keep the consumers coming back often. There are safety standards that must be met, but everything else is fair game. And if something goes wrong and a part is so poorly made that it becomes faulty or dangerous, I may be forced to recall the vehicles and repair it at my expense, or possibly have to pay for damages and lawsuits. When the consumers start to notice that the products aren't lasting as long, the suppliers are able to get in on the profits by offering warranties. Nobody's going to buy a warranty for something they think is going to last a long time. So this is their safety net for buying products that they think may fail. The problem is, I know how long my engine's going to last, and you don't. Let's say by this point the engine I made is going to run for 6 years or 150,000 miles. The warranty can be made for 5 years or 125,000 miles, and I have a minimal chance of that warranty ever being used. As long as the warranty covers for less than what the engine is rated for, I'll be safe. But the consumer will end up coming back often without demanding higher quality. It did outlive its warranty after all. Other things can be done as well, such as further modifications to modularize the engine so that it has to be taken to a certified engineer with specialist equipment, keeping people from working on the engine themselves, and making the cost of repairs along with the anticipation of more repairs to come make buying a new car seem like a less complicated option than having it repaired. And I already know that people want to pay for convenience. This behavior helps feed the economy, but it also drives up debt. If someone needs their car for work and they're able to finance another vehicle, they'll be compelled to do so if their car breaks down. This helps keep money constantly changing hands, but it also helps keep people constantly in debt. A large part of our economy is based on consumer spending, and a part of that spending is done through debt. So lines of credit allow the economy to grow. But at what point does it stop allowing the economy to grow and become a prerequisite for growth? At what point will we admit that in many, if not most cases, it already works this way? There's no specific guidelines or rules that tell people to do things this way, and the producers and suppliers wouldn't readily admit that this is how things are, but it doesn't take much to put two and two together.